buckle up, America, because the Middle East just dropped a geopolitical bombshell that's got more twists than a daytime soap opera. Israel has taken out not one, not two, but three top Iranian generals in a series of strikes that have the world holding its breath. And the million-dollar question is, what's the US gonna do about it? Stick around, because we're diving deep into why Israel pulled the trigger now, whether America's about to get dragged into another war, and how this could screw with your gas prices, your 401k, and maybe even the next election. Let's break it down. First off, why now? Why did Israel decide to play whack-a-mole with Iran's military brass? Well, it's not like they woke up one morning and thought, you know what, let's poke the bear today. This is the culmination of years of tension. Iran's been flexing its muscles through proxies like Hezbollah, hammering Israel with rocket attacks and rhetoric about wiping them off the map. Posts on X and recent reports suggest Israel's been planning this since at least last December, after Hezbollah got hit hard. Add to that Iran's nuclear ambitions, which Israel claims they targeted in these strikes to kneecap their weapons program. Timing-wise, it's no coincidence this happened under a new US administration. With Trump back in the White House, Israel likely saw a green lighter, at least a yellow one, knowing he's historically been more bomb first, tweet later than his predecessors. But here's the kicker. Israel's not just sending a message to Iran, they're testing America's loyalty. It's like they're saying, hey bestie, you in or you out? Which brings us to the big, scary question. Is the US about to get sucked into another Middle East quagmire? Look, America's been trying to pivot away from these forever wars, but it's like trying to leave a party when your ride's already drunk. The US has bases across the region, and Iran's not exactly known for precision when they're mad. If they retaliate, and they will, with missiles, drones, or maybe even a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, those bases could be in the crosshairs. Trump's already signaled he's ready to back Israel, with posts on X claiming US air superiority could dominate any escalation. But here's the problem. Ready doesn't mean eager. Americans are war weary, and Trump's base didn't elect him to play world police again. If he jumps in, he risks alienating voters. If he doesn't, he looks weak, and Iran might get bolder. It's a tightrope walk in steel-toed boots. Now, let's talk about something that hits closer to home, your wallet. This conflict's already making oil markets jittery, and you know what? That means gas prices are about to do their best Olympic high jump. The Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil flows, is Iran's favorite choke point. If they block it, even for a few days, prices could spike faster than a TikTok trend. Just this week, Brent crude was climbing before dipping slightly when Trump hinted at delaying direct US involvement. Higher oil prices don't just mean pain at the pump, they ripple through everything: groceries, shipping, your Amazon Prime deliveries. And don't forget the stock market, which is already throwing a tantrum over the uncertainty. If this drags on, inflation could rear its ugly head, and the Fed's going to have to decide whether to crank up interest rates or just pray for a miracle. Either way, your retirement fund's not going to thank you. And speaking of things that make you want to scream into a pillow, let's talk politics. The 2026 midterms are looming, and this crisis could reshape the battlefield. If gas prices soar and the economy tanks, voters will take it out on whoever's in power. Right now, that's Trump and the Republicans. But if he handles this deftly, say, brokering a deal to cool things down, he could come out looking like a hero. On the flip side, if America gets dragged into a shooting war, Democrats will pounce, painting him as reckless. And don't sleep on the wild card, Iran's leadership. With their top generals gone and even their supreme leader naming potential successors, they're in disarray. That could either force them to negotiate or make them lash out harder. Either way, it's a curveball for US politics. So, what's next? Here's our crystal ball for the next 7 days. Scenario 1. Iran launches a limited missile barrage at Israel, maybe hitting a few military targets to save face. Israel responds, but both sides stop short of all-out war, with the US playing referee. Scenario 2. Iran goes big, targeting US bases or blocking Hormuz. Trump retaliates, oil prices go to the moon, and we're all Googling draft age by next weekend. Scenario 3, and this is the long shot back channel talks, maybe via Qatar or Oman, lead to a shaky ceasefire. Whatever happens, the world's on edge, and you're going to want to check back with us to see how this plays out. That's it for now, folks. This is Libo News, where we don't just report the chaos, we dissect it. Hit that subscribe button and let's ride this roller coaster together. Peace outer, as close as we can get to it these days.